Alright guys, John here, artist formerly known as Hayzink. I'm not going to be using that name all that often anymore, so get used to me calling myself John. Anyway, reason I've made this video, you've obviously seen the news by now that Int Ui Goku is getting an easy A. This has caused a lot of people to say that STR UI Goku has now been replaced, at least in long events, okay? Most people would still argue that STR Goku is better for short events. However, me personally, I still think that STR UI Goku is top tier for longer events, and that's why I decided to do this run, to show people who seem to have forgotten just how good this guy actually is. So with this build, you can see I've done what I would always do with the Realm of Gods team. I have got 3 supports on rotation, which is absolutely normal. I've put STR UI Goku as the leader, and I've went with a friend leader of Beerus, okay? Now, basically, what the plan here is I'm going to build up Kaioken first, because in this event that's what you should do. Build Kaioken up first, because if you don't, he will get absolutely cream pied later on. The whole purpose behind this is I want you to see just how good STR UI Goku is when it comes to the last couple of turns, okay? So you're not going to see dodges and stuff like that from him right out the gate, because I'm not going to put him in the first slot, okay? Basically, the minute that Kaioken Goku is fully built up, at that point I'm going to throw this Goku into the first slot, okay? So, big discussion. Like I say, people are saying that Int Ui Goku has now replaced STR. I wholeheartedly disagree with that. I still think that, depending on your playstyle, okay? So, if you've not got the characters to beat events quickly, okay, then yes, potentially UI Goku may well be a better option for you, because you're going to have multiple turns. You're going to take 20, 30 turns to complete things like the LGE. By that point, you're going to see massive numbers off of Int Ui Goku. So for you, if you are one of those type of players, then yeah, I'd probably say that UI Goku probably is better for you. But for people who have a slightly more built out box, who can take on events a little bit faster, then I personally think that STR UI Goku is the superior unit. I mean, definitely. Because the problem you've got with UI Goku Int is he can get absolutely cream pied before he gets his dodges. Right, yep, I know he now builds up defense as well as attack, but he's not going to dodge until he transforms. And by the time he transforms, you may have already dropped down too low if you're trying to do things like no item runs and stuff like that, okay? So when you see the attack numbers that I get later on off of STR UI Goku, some people might argue, oh yeah, but you've got him drenched in support, okay? But I would say that the build that I've gone for here is actually representative of what you would use. Okay, so I'm not actually doing anything on this run that you wouldn't do with a normal run anyway, because most people would try and have a support unit floating in the last slot. Okay, so that's all that I've done. I've not tried to make him look any more impressive. In fact, if I were running this team with Int Ui Goku, I would do the exact same build. I would do it exactly the same. In fact, I will, when he gets his easy A on global, I will take this video, I will repeat this run, and I'll play them side by side, essentially racing myself to see who does better. But again, from my point of view, I don't think that UI Goku and UI Goku is replacing STR UI Goku. I think he's a good option if you don't have him. Yeah, definitely. Will I use him sometimes for fun? Yeah, I definitely will. But when it comes to the big hitter, the guy that I want to do the most damage, I'm probably going to stick with STR. He's an awesome unit, and I definitely don't think he's going anywhere anytime soon. So you can see right now, I've still not fully built up Kaioken, okay? Which is unfortunate. But when you get units that hit as hard as the units on this team do, then you know, it's kind of hard to get them built up quickly. So we're just muddling our way through here. Obviously you can tell that I'm doing this commentary post. So yeah, I think we've got about another 10 minutes to go before it's finished. But when UI Goku starts to do his thing, you'll see how good he actually is. Personally, when it comes to the anniversary units, on my JP account, I don't have STR UI Goku. So I've not had the opportunity to run him with the 5-year, 6-year units yet, because I do have both 6-year units on my JP account, but I don't have STR UI Goku, so I don't know exactly firsthand how they link yet. But when it comes to global, I've obviously got STR, so that's who I'll be linking up with the new UI Goku when he comes along. So I'm pretty sure this is the final rotation that I need to have Kaioken in the first slot. And the cool thing about this rotation is as well, you'll see, I mean, we're quite far into the game at this point. Goku's no longer got his 70% chance to dodge. He's only got a 50% chance to dodge, but you'll see what happens in the second slot here. So just off of pure links alone, he's hitting 3.5 million. He has not dodged once yet, okay? So just bear that in mind. He's not had a single dodge yet. There's one, there's two, there's three. So straight away, he's just massively built up, okay? So next time we see him on rotation, we're going to see much better numbers out of him. And I am, from now on in this run, I do put him into the first slot. Unfortunately, I get the Dokkan attack here, which isn't ideal. It is what it is, though. It is what it is. Good to see I'm still managing to hit all 7, which anybody that watches my videos knows I've got a tendency to miss. Let's just say I miss from time to time. Yeah, the purpose of this run was not speed or anything like that. I just wanted to get to the point where I was on the final 2 turns with UI Goku to show what he was capable of, essentially. Sorry if you can hear any background noise. As I've explained before, when my kids are here, I can't really do anything about it. Right, so I'm fairly sure this is actually the final turn where UI Goku gets fully built up. And this is actually only the second turn that he has had a chance to dodge. You can see there, his dodges, apart from one, his dodges come in absolute clutch. I'm pretty sure that's him just about fully built up. He might be one away from it. I've only got 2 dupes in my STR, and he's at 6.1 million. The guy's an absolute unit. Finishing off Goku there, type disadvantage, although disables guard, so it's not really type disadvantage. So again, what I did here was I don't want Beerus to be the guy that causes me to lose the run. So I used the Ghost Usher. Because again, I just want to get to the point where UI Goku is back on rotation. Get me wrong, Beerus is no slouch. I mean, especially when it comes to the next phase, I could have probably finished it with Beerus if I'd wanted to, but I didn't want to do that. So here we go, back on rotation, UI Goku, slot 1. Let's see what he does. I think he might get one more dodge here, which will guarantee that he's fully active on his passive. I can't remember, he might get more than one. Oh, there's one. I think he dodges this, yep. 2, 3, 4, still dodging like an absolute crazy man. 6.3 million, obviously with support on rotation. But again, I would have that if I was using Int. And linked with this guy who's the chance to fully build up, 4.5. So you can definitely see that he's no slouch at all. There's no way he's getting replaced. I know that people are hyped for the new unit. I get that. I do completely get that. But again, I feel like it's situational. I feel like for some people in some circumstances, you're gonna want to run Int Ui Goku. And I would say that the new unit has made the older version, sorry, the new EZA has made the LR slightly less desirable, okay? Right now, he's a must-have, he's on global anyway. He's the best UI Goku in the game. UI Goku sign, sorry. And this new unit, the only thing that he's really doing is he is making it come to a point where he's not as must-have as he once was. So people might now be like, you know what, I've got Rainbow and I'm not going to use my gold coins. I'm just going to wait and see if I pull them. I can understand that, but again, I don't think it's got to the point where he's been replaced. Now, unfortunately on this turn, Whis was still active, okay? So you don't get a chance to see exactly how much damage UI can take, okay? But what I did was, on the following turn, I pop a snake, Princess Snake, so that I've only got damage reduction for one turn. So that the next time when UI Goku comes back round, you will get to see how much damage he takes off a super attack. Because again, right here, this isn't a good representation of what he can actually take damage wise, because it's only like 60 odd K. Yeah, 63k. And the way that damage multipliers work, it's not as simple as just doubling that. Because you'll see on the next time he does take a raw super attack without any damage reduction. Okay, I'm fairly sure I used another Ghost Usher here because I wanted to make sure. Did I use another Ghost Usher? Maybe I didn't. I don't know why I didn't. I probably should have. Would have made sense. Got no idea why I didn't do that. Strange of me. I was slightly worried that Beerus might actually finish the job here, if I'm being honest. And if he got a crit, I think he would have done a hell of a lot of damage. Maybe he did get a crit, I don't even remember. Yeah, he did get a crit. But if I'd used his active skill before I healed, then obviously I would have done a lot more damage. UI Goku forgetting how to dodge, which is quite interesting. That never happens. Right, come on, Supreme Kai. Finish what you're doing. Right, so, final turn. We'll see what UI Goku does damage-wise and how much damage he takes. Bearing in mind, there is no damage reduction item active on this turn, which again, I did on purpose because I wanted to see how much damage he would take, fully built up at two dupes from a super attack. And here you go. And the answer is 239k, which, considering how hard Int Ui Goku hits, is decent. You know what I mean? It's not like Gohan double digits or anything like that, but it is decent, and he's still hitting massive numbers like that as well. So I think all in all, I'm quite comfortably happy to say that I do not think that Int Ui Goku is replacing STR UI Goku. I do think he's a viable option. I do think people will be happy to get him done. But guys, that's me. I'm finished waffling away on this subject. I hope that I had a visual representation of why I feel the way that I feel about it. But if you're someone who takes a lot longer to clear events, you might get more traction out of UI Goku than I think I'm going to get. But anyway guys, thanks for watching this video. As always, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you in the next Dokkan Battle video. Bye.